Welcome to our lead scoring video series. In these two videos, I will show you how you get exactly those companies down from LinkedIn and the right people within those companies you want to get in touch with. And this is absolutely key to social sales. If you are not connected to people who are really interested in your product, in your services, in your content, you are really wasting their time and, even more important, your time. So this is absolutely crucial to get this right from the start, and this is what I'm going to show you with our two workflows, how you can do this with n8n, LinkedIn and our Linkfluence platform. We will focus first on the companies, how you get them from LinkedIn into your Linkfluence account, so that you can score them in a second step with a scoring process that you can easily customize to your specific needs, so that you can tell at the end which companies are interesting to you and which are not. If this is enough, you can export it to a Google Sheets or CRM system, whatever helps you the most, or you can take it to the next step by downloading the persons within those companies that scored the highest in your lead scoring process, and afterwards have a look at them, the staff of company by company, which are in the different companies those people you really want to get in touch with, so that you can afterwards contact them on LinkedIn, send them a message, whatever. Good. As said in the first video, in this video now, we will start with the companies, and for this we head over in step number 1 to LinkedIn. On LinkedIn you can search in two ways. With the standard account you can start a search with the search bar and punch in keywords you're interested in, and afterwards fine-tune the search. For instance, if you're looking for software companies, you can do this, drill down by location and additional filters. And what you get in the end is then, with whatever settings you put, you get basically the search string from LinkedIn. And this is what we want to have in the end. I want to show you also how you can search with Sales Navigator, because the Linkfluence platform can operate with both type of search links. And for my scenario in this video, I want to use a search from Sales Navigator. It works like this. You can go on lead filters or account filters if you want to search for companies. I highly encourage you to consider taking a Sales Navigator account when you're building up your lead pipeline, because it gives you very advanced filtering options for a price that is unmatched. I haven't seen any other product where you get so many filters with such accurate and up-to-date data that you can filter on, that delivers you in the end such good results. So as you can hear, I'm a big fan of it. In my scenario, I want to focus on smaller sized companies, SMEs with a headcount of 11 to 50 people, which are growing. That means they are making profit, which means they have enough money to hire my LinkedIn agency services. I'm focused on companies from the software industry, software development. With those companies, I have good experiences in partnering with them. I want also to take my lead generation process on the next level and start it from here. So we got our filter with 19,000 companies. I think we have then more than enough leads that we put into our sales funnel. With this link, we head back to our n8n workflow. Now we can set up our first HTTP request node to make our first call to the Linkfluence platform. In case you haven't seen the last video where we set up your Linkfluence account, please go down to the video in the show notes where we show how you can set this up step by step. You can make an account on the Linkfluence platform for free, and We show you there how you connect then your Linkfluence account to your LinkedIn account, but those things have to be in place that those workflows can function. But now back to our first API call. We want to create a download task on the Linkfluence platform. You get an overview over all the endpoints that the Linkfluence platform offers for now, and they are constantly growing. If you have also ideas for interesting endpoints that we should develop, let us know down in the comments. We read them all and take basically our ideas for further developing the platform. So when you head to API linkfluence.me/docs, you have an overlook here over all the endpoints that are currently implemented, and we want to call this one Tasks Download Companies. The description tells us we need 3 parameters for the call. You can copy it from here, or when you download this entire workflow from our school community, you have it anyway already prepared here. To make this API call successfully, you need also to select as authentication the generic credential type, the header auth, and here you select then the Linkfluence secret on your n8n account that we also set up in the last video. With this, the Linkfluence platform knows this call is coming from you, and it can store those companies via your LinkedIn account into your Linkfluence account, which is only accessible to you and where the data is fully encrypted. The link that we got from LinkedIn, we paste then here in those parameters that we also saw just before in the documentation. I will copy this one more time just to be on the safe side. This is the idea of my LinkedIn account, and I want that this task stops after 50 companies for now in order to see if everything works correctly. You can then reactivate the download. I explain a bit more to the download tasks in a minute. Let's execute the step. Ta-da! Success. It was created successfully. Let's double check. When I log in into my Linkfluence account, go here now to download task. It was just empty before. It's active now. Here's some words about download tasks. You can see all the downloads that are running via the Linkfluence platform over your LinkedIn account into your Linkfluence database. You can put here the limits. Via a standard account, you can download per day around 1,000 leads. With a Sales Navigator account, if you give LinkedIn some money, they are more generous, you can download up to 2,500 leads a day. The platform, the agent is only working during the settings that you gave in your setup. Mine is working in the Europe Berlin time. It makes breaks between the downloads so we don't get kicked off from the LinkedIn platform. We see here it's already running. 30 companies have already been downloaded. Yeah, let's increase the download to 100 and say save to increase the number of companies in our database. And we will make a short break now because it will last a couple of minutes till it finished the download of the 100 companies. We are back, downloaded the 100 companies as you can see here, and it switched into the status paused. If we would like to download all the 19,000 companies from this search, that would last a couple of days based on the limits I explained before. But I think for this example here, to download 100 companies should be more than enough. Good, let's have a look at them in our database. This we change on the next tab, DB Viewer. Here you can select your part of our MongoDB. All the data is stored in MongoDB. In case you are not familiar with the MongoDB system, it's actually quite easy to handle database which is based on JSON documents, which you know from n8n. So n8n and MongoDBs are a natural match as they both work with this format, which makes it very easy to interchange data from the one to the other. Great for our use case here. You can select between different collections. I think we will add another one for tasks soon. Let's see what's in our database. When we scroll down, we see the companies downloaded via your LinkedIn account into your Linkfluence account, meaning also in your part of the MongoDB. The data, the companies and persons that you download can only be seen by you. They are fully encrypted. Let's head back to our n8n workflow. So part 1 is completed successfully. Now let's proceed with the second part to score the companies that we just downloaded. For this, we retrieve them with another endpoint from the Linkfluence API platform. Can make a query on the company collection and use for this MongoDB queries. In this case, I'm querying if the element lead score doesn't exist, so meaning the company is not scored yet, then I want to have it here into this workflow. The custom data where this lead score is part of each company document in MongoDB where you can store over the API whatever data you want. Yeah? So you can make this part of the document absolutely yours, and there you have a very flexible and vast data store to your disposal. I'm using here this optional parameter limit that makes sure we are querying only at this one run of the workflow, maximum 100 elements. We loop then over each of the companies that we retrieved from our Linkfluence account, and then we're starting the detailed inquiry in this case. And on this part of the process, you can design it however you want. In my case, I'm starting here with an LLM prompt. If you're new to n8n, you can connect an n8n with whatever large language model you want. ChatGPT from OpenAI, what else does exist? DeepSeek, Claude, you name it. You can even connect it with LLM models you host yourselves. There's simply no limit. In my case, I'm using the OpenAI API. For this task, ChatGPT 4 Turbo is more than enough. So what does the prompt do? The prompt takes the description from the company that we're looking at, that we got from LinkedIn, and determines two things. First, is this company focused on a B2C audience or is it focused on a B2B audience? That's the first part. And the second thing I would like to know is, does this company provide services or make its money with a product? I'm giving it here also some examples how the output should look like, just to be sure I get plain JSON out of the LLM that I can afterwards easily process in the next nodes. We get the reply, then I ask in my case, is it a B2B company? With a simple if node, yes. If it's true, go up here. Is it a product or a service company? Then yes, it goes down this way. In those last nodes, I simply set them the lead score I want to assign to these companies. B2C are not interesting to me, so I give them a lead score of 0 and they're out of the game. If they're focused on B2B, we check here if it's then also, if they're focused on services, that's okay for my use case, but I actually prefer product companies. So if they're B2B product companies, I set the lead score to 30, if not to 20. Setting the lead score, I write this back into my Linkfluence account with the endpoint custom data, and I can refer to the company ID and the element I want to set in the custom data block, and I write here score to 30, and I store also in the database the reasons that led to this score. Back on a later date to those companies, I want to know what was I scoring here. Yeah, I add here as reasons B2B audience, product company. I do this differently for all of these nodes. It's always the same API call, just the reasons and the score that I put here. B2B audience, but service company, and the lead score of 20. You get the idea. As said, this part you can go wild here with n8n. Whatever you want to check on this company, you can run several prompts, you can extract whatever you want. We have endpoints to get more data for those companies from LinkedIn. What's also very popular, if you include some other web scraper, you could go to their website and extract data, save it then also into your Linkfluence account. So you can go absolutely crazy here on the scoring. Whatever you want to judge, to evaluate, you can do it here. At the end of the day, the scores that you give, they should mean something, first of all, and second of all, you can make sure this is really the companies you want to reach out to that are interested in your products and services. Then I would say, let's run this process. To do this, we connect the manual trigger to the workflow and hit execute workflow. And there it runs. Well done. See you back as soon as it's scored all the 100 companies in the workflow. The workflow is finished. It went over all the 100 companies. To see if everything went correctly into the database, we can do this in two different ways. First, in the Linkfluence platform, the DB viewer, let's refresh the data. And if it's true, we should see here this block with the custom data where the lead score is set exactly like we designed it in the process. That's good. The other way is to export the data, which we can simply do by querying the companies. In this case, we set in the filter the condition that the lead score element exists and send it into a Google Docs sheet. You can export it to whatever system you want. I already matched the columns correctly. When you look into the different nodes that n8n offers, it offers nodes to HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, you name it. So if you want to export it to a CRM system, to applicant tracking system, a different database, you can do that. Yeah, so great way to fill your database. Basically everywhere that offers you an API or an ready node. So export this as well. Check. And now let's have a look into the Google Docs. That seemed to have worked well. We have here from our custom data the lead score, what we made all this for, and we see also the reasons are saved with the different companies. If we sort this, we see we found 19 B2B companies that are product companies and are targeting a B2B audience. Let's also check the descriptions of these companies. If the LLM prompt made a fine job, help shows companies save millions in customer support with a powerful knowledge-based tool. Sounds correct. Lead motion is now auto latest update. What does it say here? It's the high tracking, the unpredictable location. Yes, that also seems to be correctly a product company. Okay, they have been recently acquired by NVIDIA. So it's leading. Bringing web scale networking software, enterprise class, our networking switching software. Seems the LLM did a good job. Always a good idea to start with a smaller amount of companies to see if your prompts are fine, if the entire process is designed well, that you can apply it then to all the, in my case, 19,000 companies to fill up your sales funnel. I would say part one of the lead scoring series accomplished successfully. I hope you liked it, and if so, join us for the next part where we will look into which people we want to contact from those companies we just scored. So see you in the next video.